Alright, let's dive into this messy, chaotic stew of boxing drama that's bubbling over with tension, trash talk, and some serious stakes. We're talking about Ryan Garcia, Rolando Rolly Romero, and Gervonta Tank Davis, three fighters tangled up in a web of rivalry, mind games, and personal vendettas that's got the boxing world buzzing. This isn't just about a fight, it's about egos, legacies, and proving who's really got the juice in this sport. The current date is March 21st, 2025, and the heat is on as Ryan gears up to face Rolly, with Tank stirring the pot from the sidelines. Let's break it all down. Picture this, Ryan Garcia is getting ready for what could be a defining moment in his career, a showdown with Rolly Romero. It's a fight that's got fans hyped because it's not just about who wins in the ring, it's about what it means for Ryan's trajectory. He's coming off a wild ride. Think back to his fight with Devin Haney, where he dropped Haney multiple times and went the distance, only for the win to be clouded by steroid allegations. Some say it was legit, others slap an asterisk on it, but either way, it's left Ryan with something to prove. Now here comes Tank Davis, the guy who already put Ryan on the canvas once with that brutal liver shot back in their clash. Tank's not just sitting quietly, he's out here throwing verbal jabs, predicting Ryan's downfall against Rolly and questioning his chin like it's made of glass. And Ryan? He's not taking it lying down. He's pissed, firing back, and making it personal. So where did this all kick off? It started with Tank being asked about Ryan's upcoming fight with Rolly during an interview. Instead of playing it cool or neutral, Tank did what he does best. He turned the heat up. He didn't just pick Rolly to win. He went full-on disrespectful. He called Ryan's chin weak, brought up how he dropped him in their fight, and then doubled down by saying Rolly hits harder than people think. Tank even threw in a dig about Ryan's popularity, saying the only reason he's still relevant is because he's got a bunch of followers from hanging out with TikTokers. Ouch, that's not just a prediction, that's a personal attack meant to get under Ryan's skin. And trust me, it worked. Ryan didn't waste a second clapping back. He called Tank a hater, straight up, saying he's just mad because Ryan's the bigger name, even after losing to him. Ryan's argument? He's still pulling more attention, still the guy people are talking about. And Tank can't stand it. This is the weak state of mind this man has, Ryan said, accusing Tank of twisting words and trying to use them against him, maybe even in some hypothetical court of law scenario. Ryan's done talking, he just wants to beat his ass again and prove a point. He's convinced he already showed the world what's up when they fought, despite the loss, and now Tank's out here acting like it never happened the way it did. But let's rewind to Tank's comments about Rolly. Why is he hyping up a guy he doesn't even like? Tank and Rolly have their own history. They fought, Tank knocked him out, and ever since, they've been trading shots outside the ring. Rolly's gone on record saying Tank's overrated, that he got lucky in their fight. So why is Tank backing him now? It's not about Rolly winning, it's about Ryan losing. Tank's playing chess here. If Ryan beats Rolly handily, it indirectly makes Tank's win over Ryan look less impressive. People might say, damn, Ryan smoked Rolly way worse than Tank did. Maybe he's the real deal. But if Rolly pulls off the upset, Tank gets to sit back and say, told you Ryan's overhyped. He couldn't even handle Rolly. It's all mind games, and Tank's loving every second of it. Now let's talk about Rolly Romero for a minute. He's coming into this fight with something to prove too. His last big outing was a disaster, a sloppy, embarrassing loss to Isaac Pitbull Cruz that left him looking like he didn't belong in the ring with top-tier guys. Before that, he'd been a 140-pound champion, so he's got credibility, but that Cruz fight dented his stock hard. Meanwhile, Ryan's fresh off going toe-to-toe with Haney, a fight where he showed resilience and power, even if the steroid mess muddied the waters. So when Tank says Rolly's a bigger threat to Ryan than people realize, it's a head-scratcher, unless you see it as Tank just trying to mess with Ryan's head. Rolly, though, he's eating this up. Tank's unexpected support has him feeling like he's got the edge, and he's ready to make a statement against Ryan to erase that Cruz loss from everyone's memory. Ryan's not buying it, though. He thinks Tank picking Rolly over him is straight-up disrespectful. Rolly hasn't made adjustments, Ryan's probably thinking. He's still making the same mistakes, still fighting the same way. And Ryan's got a point. Rolly looked lost against Cruz, while Ryan's been in there with elite competition and held his own. But here's the kicker. Tank's not wrong about one thing. Ryan's chin has been a question mark ever since that liver shot dropped him. If Rolly lands something big, could it be lights out? Ryan's banking on his speed and power to make sure that doesn't happen, but the doubt's there, and Tank's making sure everyone's talking about it. This fight's huge for Ryan, way bigger than it is for Rolly. If Rolly loses, people will shrug. He's already got losses to Tank and Cruz on his record, so another L won't shock anyone. But Ryan, he's got everything on the line. He's still trying to shake off the doubters from the Haney fight, where some argue his performance was tainted by the steroid drama. A convincing win over Rolly, especially a knockout, could silence the critics and solidify him as one of boxing's true stars. I feel like I'm one of the few stars in boxing, Ryan said, and he's out to prove it. But if he struggles or worse, gets knocked out, the haters will pounce, and that asterisk next to his name will only get bigger. And then there's the Tank factor looming over all of this. Ryan's obsessed with getting that rematch. That loss to Tank still stings, it haunts him. He's talked about how depressed he was during that fight camp, how the rehydration clause messed with him, left him looking anorexic in his own words. He was happy just to get it over with, but now he's hungry to run it back, no restrictions, and show what he's really made of. Beating Rolly in dominant fashion would be a massive step toward forcing Tank's hand. It'd give Ryan the leverage to say, look what I did to Rolly, give me my shot. But Tank's in no hurry. He's already got the W over Ryan, and from his perspective, there's nothing left to prove. Why risk it unless Ryan makes it undeniable? Meanwhile, Tank's got his own issues to deal with. His last fight against Lamont Roach was a wake-up call. People thought Tank would steamroll him, but Roach gave him hell, one of the toughest fights of Tank's career. There was even a moment in round 9 where Tank took a knee, and the boxing world lost its mind. Should have been a knockdown, but the ref didn't call it. Tank's excuse? Grease from his hair got in his eyes, yet not many bought that one. Roach ate Tank's best shots, fired back, and walked away looking like the moral victor, even if Tank got the official win. That performance took a hit at Tank's aura, and now he's clinging to every little edge he can get, like hyping Rolly to beat Ryan so his own stock stays high. Rolly's loving the chaos, by the way. He's always been a wild card in interviews, saying crazy stuff, but now that Tank's got his back, his confidence is through the roof. He's apologized for some of his wilder comments, like joking about bringing someone back from the dead just to kill them again, but he's still got that edge. He knows this fight's his chance to flip the script after the Cruz debacle. A win over Ryan, especially a knockout, would put him right back in the conversation. So what's the prediction? Ryan's got the speed, the flash, and the motivation. He's saying there's a 90% chance this ends in a knockout, and he's probably right. He wants to get Rolly out of there quick, whether it's round 1, 2, or 3, just to make a statement. Rolly's got power, no doubt. Tank's not wrong about that, but his defense is shaky, and Ryan's too fast to let him land anything clean. Still, if Rolly catches him, that chin question could rear its head. For Ryan, it's not just about winning, it's about dominating, setting up that Tank rematch, and proving he's the face of boxing he claims to be. This is more than a fight, it's a crossroads. Ryan's out to cement his legacy, Rolly's fighting for redemption, and Tank's pulling strings from the shadows. May 2nd's coming, and somebody's getting knocked out. The only question is who. Stay tuned, this one's gonna be a banger.